If your Mount Lebanon or Upper St. Clair home has been on the market for 3 weeks or longer without serious buyer interest, there is a good chance the problem began before the first buyer ever walked through the front door. The home may be beautiful, the photography may look professional, the neighborhood may be highly desirable, and the house may have features buyers tell us they want. But if the price was based on what a neighbor received in 2022 or 2023, without accounting for today's buyers, today's competition, and today's mortgage payment, the property may have entered the market at a disadvantage. Hello, I'm Sharon St. with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. I help homeowners throughout Mount Lebanon, Upper St. Clair, Peters Township, and the South Hills make strategic real estate decisions. Today, I want to explain the #1 mistake that can quietly cost a seller thousands of dollars, pricing a home according to yesterday's market instead of positioning it for the market that exists today. The danger is not simply that an overpriced home takes longer to sell. The greater danger is what buyers begin to believe while it is sitting. During the first several days on the market, a new listing receives its highest level of attention. Buyers who have saved searches receive alerts. Agents send the home to their clients. Relocating families compare it with every other property that fits their needs. If the home looks compelling and the price feels defensible, buyers act. But when the price feels disconnected from the home's condition, location, or competition, many buyers do not make a lower offer. They simply move on. After 2 or 3 weeks, the conversation begins to change. Buyers stop asking, "How quickly do we need to act?" and start asking, "Why hasn't anyone purchased it?" That is a very different negotiating position for the seller. The market speaks, and silence is a language. When buyers repeatedly see a home online but do not schedule a showing, return for a second visit, or write an offer, they are providing information. Ignoring that information does not protect the home's value. One reason sellers can misread the current market is that they remember the sale prices their neighbors received several years ago. Those sales matter, but they cannot be used without context. In 2022 and 2023, buyers were operating in a different financial environment. Today, mortgage rates are materially higher than the exceptionally low rates many owners remember. As of July 30th, Freddie Mac reported that the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate was 6.66%. That changes the buyer's monthly payment. Consider a buyer financing $600,000. The principal and interest payment at 6.66% is approximately $3,850 per month. At 3%, that same loan would have produced a payment of approximately $2,530. That is a difference of roughly $1,300 every month, before property taxes, insurance, utilities, or maintenance. This does not mean desirable homes in Mount Lebanon and Upper St. Clair have stopped selling. They have not. It means buyers are calculating more carefully. And the strongest demand is concentrating around homes that feel properly positioned from the beginning. This is particularly important with relocating buyers. A relocating family is rarely comparing only 2 houses in the same neighborhood. They may be comparing Upper St. Clair with Mount Lebanon, Peters Township, South Fayette, or another part of the Pittsburgh region. They are evaluating the home's price, condition, property taxes, commute, school district, insurance, expected maintenance, and monthly payment at the same time. A seller may see an additional $25,000 in asking price as a reasonable amount of negotiating room. The buyer may see that same amount as another reason to remove the home from consideration. That is why the strategy of "we can always come down later" can be so expensive. Later, the seller may reduce the price by $25,000 or $35,000. But the home is no longer a new listing. The first wave of attention has already passed. Buyers can see the price history, and some will assume the seller is becoming increasingly motivated. The seller has not merely changed the price. The seller may also have changed the balance of negotiating power. Current market information gives sellers an important warning. Redfin's data for the 3 months ending in May showed that Upper St. Clair homes were selling after an average of 52 days on the market. That is compared with 47 days during the same period 1 year earlier. Mount Lebanon homes were selling after approximately 51 days, compared with 45 days 1 year earlier. Across Pittsburgh, the average increased from 56 days to 63. Different real estate reports calculate market time differently, so these numbers should not be used to predict exactly how long an individual house will take to sell. But the direction matters. Buyers are taking more time, and properties that miss the market at launch have less room for error. Nationally, Realtor.com reported that 18.8% of active listings had a price reduction in June. That is approximately 1 out of every 5 listings. A price reduction does not automatically mean the seller or agent failed. Markets change, and every property is different. But many reductions can be avoided when the original price reflects current buyer behavior rather than a seller's hoped-for number. So, how should a seller establish the correct price? It requires more than taking the highest nearby sale and adding money for improvements. First, we examine the most relevant recent sales, not simply the sales the seller likes best. A beautifully renovated home should not be compared as though it were identical to a home with an older kitchen. Second, we study the competition the buyer can purchase right now. Closed sales tell us where the market has been. Active and pending listings help reveal what today's buyers are choosing. Third, we examine buyer reaction within different price ranges. Online search brackets matter. A home price just above an important threshold may disappear from the searches of buyers. Fourth, we calculate the likely monthly cost. In Allegheny County, property taxes can materially affect affordability. 2 similarly priced homes can produce very different monthly payments. Finally, we create a response plan before the listing goes live. We decide which signals we will monitor during the first 7 to 10 days and what those signals mean. Strategy should not begin after sitting for a month. Correct pricing does not mean giving the home away. It means protecting the seller's leverage. The objective is to create enough confidence and urgency that serious buyers fear losing the property. That happens when the price, presentation, condition, photography, marketing, and timing all support the same story. A well-positioned home can still sell at a premium. In fact, the right initial position may be what allows the market to produce that premium. Buyers compete when they believe a home is desirable and fairly positioned. They hesitate when they believe the seller is testing the market. There is also an important distinction between a price objection and a condition objection. If buyers repeatedly mention an older roof, dated kitchen, unusual floor plan, or visible maintenance issue, simply reducing the price may not be the best first response. Sometimes the correct strategy is a repair. Sometimes it is professional staging. Sometimes it is a seller concession or an interest rate buy-down. And sometimes the price truly needs to change. If a home is already on the market and has not produced the expected response, the answer is not automatically to make a large price reduction. Begin with a complete diagnosis. How many qualified buyers have seen the home online? How many scheduled a showing? What did they say afterward? Did buyers like the home but reject the price? Did they reject the condition? Are competing homes receiving offers? Has the home been presented accurately and attractively? Is there a feature that is creating uncertainty? Very few showings usually indicate a problem with positioning. Numerous showings but no offers may indicate that buyers recognize the home's appeal but do not believe the value matches the asking price. An offer is not just a number, it is information. No offers are information too. Once the actual objection is identified, the seller can respond deliberately rather than making a panicked decision. If you are preparing to sell, do not begin by asking, "What is the highest price we can put on the house?" Begin with a better question. What position gives us the strongest chance of attracting serious buyers while protecting our value and negotiating leverage. Those are not always the same number. And if your home has already been on the market for 3 weeks without the response you expected, do not assume that buyers have disappeared. The home may simply need a clearer strategy. I'm Sharon St. Clair with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. My role is not to pressure you into listing or reducing your price. My role is to help you understand what the market is communicating and determine the most intelligent response. If you are considering selling and would like a careful property-specific pricing and positioning analysis, you are welcome to contact me. No pressure, only strategy. Because the market speaks, and silence is a language.